Welcome to Happy Homes and Gardens. I'm your host. My name is Daphne Royse. I am a real estate broker, architecture, and interior designer. MyCompanions.AI creates AI tools for creators, copilot, and automate their business, help them engage and monetize. Let's welcome Maggie Singh, co-founder and CEO of MyCompanions.AI, to share some insights with us. Hi, Maggie. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you. Thanks for having me today. I'm so happy to be here.
Please tell us who you are and how you started MyCompanions.AI.
Yeah, of course. Okay, hi everyone here. I'm Maggie. Daphne did a great introduction for me. So I'm the co-founder and CEO of My Companions. We're an AI-enabled creator economy company. We make AI tools for creators to automate their business. We help them maximize engagement and monetization with their fans. I've been a social media influencer for about 10 years now. I took breaks here and there, but I firsthand saw how hard it is to engage with all my fans. And so I realized there's definitely something we can do about this. And so I was talking about it with my co-founders. I have two. So one of them is an AI genius. He has a PhD from Cambridge and basically can do anything in AI and make everything happen. And another co-founder is an investor and entrepreneur. And we just decided to start My Companions together to address all these pain points I saw as an influencer. And so we got together last year and we launched our beta for our first product in November last year, which is a Telegram bot that mimics the influencer's personality using AI. And it communicates 24/7 with their fans via text, the influencer's voice, photos, and videos. And currently we have over 20 influencers and tens of thousands of users. Our influencers have been making like passive recurring revenue off our platform. And so we help them enable to make their own business. And their fans have also been more engaged than ever. We see like high stickiness on our platform. We see people who spend hours a day coming back to use it. And so after seeing all the early success here, we're now working on this whole process for bot creation to be self-serve so that more influencers can use our services. Therefore, it will reach more people. And we're also working on integrations with other creator platforms and also potentially SMS. So we can not just be on Telegram.
How did you get an influencer on your platform?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So as a previous influencer before, I've developed a lot of these relationships and friendships with people who are in a similar field as me. And we used to just talk about how it's some of the issues we're seeing and safety concerns and also how to really inspire engagement and how to get more followers and get cross promoting our content everywhere else. And so we just became friends, and we also like to encourage each other. We like to hang out with each other and post each other to get more visibility. We like to do collabs. And also sometimes when I did brand partnerships, it'll be in a cohort with other influencers, and we're all just really friendly together, trying to help each other out. And so I built that over the last 10 years. And some of my friends, well, actually my early influencers are actually all my friends who I've known for a while. So it's really nice to kind of help them out and provide a platform that they will find useful, and then leverage that to expand more, and they can refer others as well. So it kind of creates this effect where you do well for some, and then they will refer more people to you because they themselves have their network as well.
What are the type of conversations that users to have with the creators on your platform?
Yeah, so it really varies depending on which influencer we have. But some people, so I'm just going to give some examples here. So some people just want to talk to someone. And so they just message any of our creator bots and they talk about their day, what they did and what they saw, and sometimes in very specific detail. And the AI will be very engaged and kind of, guide that conversation. And the great thing about it is that it's programmed to be positive and uplifting. So if someone's having not a good day, it will always be positive and listening and ask questions. Some people want to know more about the influencers. So they ask questions specifically about the influencer. And thanks to the context that the influencer gives us, the AI is able to come up with a response to these fans who want to know more, to feel like they're getting closer to the influencer themselves. Some people are not feeling well and they want to be heard. And they come here and the AI is very responsive, while like some people may not be getting a response somewhere else. And on that note is like what's great about it is that someone came in and talked about like things like suicide or like feeling down or like thoughts of very like not that healthy things. The AI would direct them to speak to a professional about it. And in this way, in some ways, this is actually better than talking to the creator themselves, like directly from the person who's not feeling well to the creator themselves, because one, the creator may not respond and the person will feel more lonely. And second, not everyone knows how to deal with these types of conversations. And the AI will always direct to a professional about it, or like will try to be like, oh, I'm like make them feel heard in their best way they can.
Do you have an age limitation on your platform?
So not right now, but we do for some, it depends on what kind of influencer they're talking to. But yeah, so for some of them we do. Yeah, but like the main one for my companions, we don't. Yeah.
How does MyCompanions.AI help creators?
Yeah, so MyCompanions.AI helps give the power to the influencers back in two ways. So first, what I mentioned before, like maximizing their engagement, monetizing with their fans, leveraging our AI technology. And the second thing is a lot of these creators have been making a lot of content, free content, and they put so much time into their social media platforms and creating a presence there to give give their content to Instagram, for example, or TikTok, in which TikTok and Instagram, get a lot of paid ads to advertise from brands, but like the creators are not getting any of the slice of that pie. And so we want to give back to the creators and enable them to kind of monetize on their own exclusive content that they want to provide on their own to their own fans. So right now, creators currently either do everything manually themselves, just like servicing, engaging, talking to their fans, content creation, negotiating contracts, and they build presence on different platforms to monetize, which is a lot of work. Or they work with agencies who like take over a lot of the busy work that also involves like negotiating contracts with brands, and some of them even hire outsourced labor to get back to all the fans they have and like, commentary, etc. So with our AI copilot, it mimics the influencers. We actually give creators 100 times leverage in the conversations that they can have. The influencers can zoom in and zoom out of the conversations they want whenever they want. And fans also want to learn more about the creator. They see exclusive content, and the AI provides that better than any agency or outsourced labor can. So we enable creators to have a business they can choose to be as involved or not involved on, and also like get that money that they deserve because they put so much time into what they do.
That sounds like very time consuming. Do you know how much time those influencers actually spend on social media?
Like using social media or like
Yeah, like just answering all the comments without using your tool.
It depends. It's like a whole, like it could be 24/7. Like if someone was to just like do it, and like as humans, we need to sleep. So
Wow.
yeah, it's long, and most of the time we don't get a response to everyone. And or even like open these messages, and like sometimes I will just like go in my inbox. There's like 3 or 4 inboxes I have on Instagram, and I would just be like, oh, it's time for me to check something. And I'll like just like randomly open a message up from like 2 months ago. And it's like, oh, I wish I saw this. Like this would have been very helpful for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do creators sign up, and what is onboarding like?
Yeah. So creators can sign up on our website at MyCompanions.AI. Onboarding is very easy. It can take as little as 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So all they need to fill out is a quick form online and upload some content, which is like, just a few pieces. And if they want to have their own voice in it, they will just have to provide voice recordings, like nothing more than 10 minutes is fine. Then we'll work on the bot and we'll send it back to the influencer for their review and QA. We'll work together to make sure the bot represents them well. And if it's all good, the influencer promotes it, And then, yeah, then they would just see monthly passive recurring revenue for them, and it's a whole business for them. Like they get to be an entrepreneur in this way.
Does the creator have control how the bot's going to respond to their fans?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. So we always ask like what are they comfortable with, what kind of personality they want the bot to have, and any topics that they don't want to respond to. And most of our influencers are saying like no religion, no political, nothing controversial. So the AI is really good. Instead of just like shutting them down or like being silent, it would just be like, sorry, like let's talk about positive things, or like, like let's talk about like something uplifting. What's something good that you're excited about? Like that's just how it will be like, and the influencer will always test for those parameters. Yeah, but in terms of like just like regular responses, like personality, yeah. So like we can take conversations or like any whatever data like the influencer wants to give us. It's completely up to them on how much they want to give us, to kind of mimic their like the way they talk, their personality, yeah, and then also like their voice. So if they want a specific way they want to show it, they will ask them to stress their accents on the voice recordings, so it'll sound more like them when they communicate. And if they want to change anything, like my AI genius of a CTO is very open to like working with influencer to make sure it's like what they want. Um, yeah, so we have been with influencers where there's like multiple iterations, that like they're like, oh yeah, I want it specifically like this. I want it a little more like more conversational, or like I want shorter responses. I don't want voice. So it depends on each person. And I think that's the beauty of it. It's like it's completely personalized. I think personalization is the future, and technology enables personalization, and we're really happy to provide that for the influencers and also the fans. The influencers know their fans the best, so we want to make sure it caters to what they want. Oh, and also sometimes the influencer will be like, let's start off with this, and maybe like 2 weeks in, they're like, hey, I want to change to something else. Like I actually want it more like friendly, or I want it more flirty, like, or so like we can also like make those changes like after they launch and everything. Yeah.
Can your AI technology detect scammers or something's not the real person on the other end?
Yeah, so that's a good question. So what's cool about this is that it's on Telegram, so we actually don't have any data on the user when they use it, and that's just good for privacy reasons and data. And but what the cool thing is that like based on if the conversation is going a certain way, like if for example if the scammer is like sending like a suspicious link, or if they're like asking for like specific things, like the AI is able to detect like these things, and they won't like, we're not going to put anyone's lives or money at risk because you're literally talking to an AI. And I will say a lot of people get scammed a lot, especially influencers, and they kind of pray for like the newer influencers, the younger ones who they think are like not really aware of like these scams and like fake opportunities of like, oh, give me your password, I'll like make sure you have 100K followers and stuff, right? So yeah, I mean the AI kind of like protects that from the influencer. But yeah, it's kind of cool because I mean, it's kind of crazy because like 1 out of 4 of this new generation want to be creators, and their parents are very supportive of it. And so, but like having been a creator myself, and I was like big on the internet before I was like barely at 8 or something, and it was really hard because no one really taught me like what was right, what was wrong. I was like kind of like scared to talk about it with my parents because they were like against me having a social media presence, or like this sounds dangerous. And so, yeah, I don't think a lot of people know about like the dark side of like putting yourself out there on the internet. There's always going to be people watching you. Some people want to take advantage of it. Some people may like have that intent but don't do anything. But for those who try, and succeed, like they're probably doing it to multiple other people. Yeah, so like monetary scams, like login scams are even like meeting up in person, like those kind of things, like are very scary, and these people can be pretty persuasive on the internet.
Funny you say that. Yesterday I saw on LinkedIn and they have a new feature just you're going to remove all the inactive accounts. Will your platform will have this kind of feature account, you will automatically remove them. Maybe they're not real, maybe they're on the other side.
No, we're not going to remove any accounts because we operate on Telegram, and so it's up to Telegram if they want to ban them or not. Yeah, but yeah, I think if so, I mean, how it works is if yeah, so like if they want to, it just depends. Like we have blocked people before on our platform, but we don't have the power to remove their accounts, but we could block them from using our services if we find that they have like said things that kind of like violate our like guidelines and like our what we want to serve and what our platform stands for. And so we have done that, and we have people kind of QAing the conversations, even though it's anonymous. We don't know who's who really, but like if we can block accounts and users also.
I know you mentioned earlier about people talking to someone that they like to follow. So what is the actual benefits to users to being able to chat with the creators?
Yeah. Yeah, so I think there is some greatness in like if you look up to someone and you like follow their life and you look at their content and you feel like you've been living vicariously through them and you look up to them in a certain way or you just like what they're doing to finally get the opportunity to interact with them or think you're interacting with them. um, I think it could be a very positive thing for a lot of people. It's like basically like, oh, I've always wanted to do this and like finally have the opportunity to do this. So that in itself is fulfilling for some people. And the second thing is, yeah, like chatting with creators. Well, chatting with creators is the first point, but the second point, I'll make it more about my company, like chatting with creators on our platform, is that it's 24/7, it's personalized. And so they always feel like they're talking to someone and like we're always there for these people. And there's just a huge like loneliness issue that's going on, and it's been exacerbated since COVID. Like we see this trend of, people being like more like depressed and like they feel lonely, some people getting more comfortable at home and like not wanting to see people. So being able to chat with someone, especially someone they've been looking up to for a while, like is very beneficial to someone's health, like mentally at least. And also like it's great because like again, like we are a positive, we like our conversations go positively. So spreading that positivity around and kindness and like things like it's all good. It's all good conversations and energy to have instead of the person like talking to someone else that may be like negative and like it may make things worse for them for their mental state. Yeah, and then the third thing is so users who want to have like exclusive like photos or videos, like for example, like if they always want to see a creator, like, oh, I want to kind of like role play like me walking in the park with you and like kind of dream of that. It's an experience that people will pay for, right? Like and like they play video games to like have dramatize these moments. And so like they would pay for like a voice kind of telling them like, oh, and then I pick you up in my car and let's go to the park and we see a bird. What do you do next? So it's kind of like a game for them. So it kind of like it's like fun. But and also like we can also send the photos and videos that kind of correspond to some of these events that they are thinking about. And I will say, like, we're super excited about AI because of this, because, like, right now, we're currently not generating any AI photos or videos. Everything we have right now is from the influencers, but there's so much power to be able to generate more personalized media. Um, yeah, and just like have someone just live out, like, their lives in a different way. Like, they will look forward to, like, doing these things and, like, maybe be a light in someone's life. Yeah, so we have heard a lot of the positive feedback from our platform. I mean, there's many use cases. I'm not saying this is like everyone's use case, but like, yeah, like there's a lot of people are just really happy just like talking to someone and being able to like live out like every day, just be like, oh, I'm gonna go on a virtual like date or like a virtual hangout with my favorite person. Yeah.
Sounds like you have a lot of creators. Is it possible for users to filter or search for a certain type of creator they want to talk to?
So there we don't have that functionality on our website yet, but I think it's coming soon. We just have a new designer doing our website. Yeah, so yeah, very soon we'll be able to like filter out for like what kind of person they want to talk to. But yeah, and we have on our website we also have all our influencers with their like Instagram handles. So if they ever were curious, like, oh, like what kind of person is this? Like they can also see on their Instagram, like, oh, I want to talk to this person or this person, etc. And yeah, the cool thing is that like that the creators also like it's a co-pilot, so the creators can also have come into the conversations and been like, hey, it's actually me. Like this is so cool. Yeah.
How human-like are your conversations with the users?
Yeah, so I think it's pretty close, especially after 7 months of fine-tuning. Um, so our tech offers like a long context window. So basically it remembers what you have previously said in the conversation. So for example, like if a user is like, oh, today I went to work and like they talk about something else, and the AI will be like, hey, so how was your work? Like how was work today? It will also send out like personalized messages and also like for some influencers, the voice, they claim that it's like a one-on-one match, which their fans love. And so they even like did like a side by side of like their voice versus like the voice in our platform. And like they're like, this is crazy. Like they sound exactly the same. So I think it's pretty human-like. However, like on the Telegram platform, it does say bot because we have to. Um, but yeah, it's like talking to a real person. It's like, and it may even be better than a real person because it actually listens. No, I'm kidding. One thing that isn't human-like is that it is 24/7 responsive, and us as humans are not like that. Yeah.
Just curiosity, you say the voice will be very similar. I have would I also have accent?
That's a great question. Okay, that's a great question. So we currently use 11 Labs to generate our voice. They use thousands of training voices. So it depends on like what kind of accent it is. They are better with Western accents and specific accents. So when we ask for the voice recording, we'll have to ask you to stress your accent and speak in a slow way. So like overdo the other accent. So yeah, it depends, but we have some people who are like Eastern accents that are also a one-on-one match. So it just kind of depends on like everyone and like are they providing like a high quality voice recording in terms of like is there minimal background noise? Is it in like a quiet, isolated area? Are they using like better technology, like a real microphone? So all these things like matter. So if it's like a really good like setup that they have and like it's like really easy. But like I've had influencers who were like they send us voice recordings and I'm like, oh, we hear all the background noise in the back and like it's not gonna sound that good. And some people just prefer like, hey, I don't want to use voice like my own voice at all. They want to use a bot voice. And like, yeah, like some people prefer that.
Are chats safe on your site?
Yes, they are. So we don't let any third parties access any conversations on our platform. Also, again, like we do not collect your name or any identifying information as it's on Telegram. We literally just see like user ID and it's a number. So all data is private, highly secured. Yeah, you can like, yeah, if yeah, like I think like people are like scared that, oh, do you know it's me? And I'm like, I don't, unless you like tell me in the chat like it's me. But also like, yeah, so it's yeah, it's very safe.
Do you charge people to be users? If so, how would it work?
Yeah, so everyone gets to try out our product for free. So we everyone gets some free voice and text messages and a photo when you start using it. So I encourage everyone who's listening or watching this to try it out. Then afterwards, users will hit a paywall, or else we're just gonna, lose money here. So users can subscribe to get more messages weekly, and it also comes with a free photo. And also users can also buy exclusive content on the platform as well. And like if they want, they can tip as well. So yeah, so it's free to try out. So everyone should just try it out.
What are your thoughts on the creators' economies?
Yeah, so the creator economy is a massive market. There are so many platforms here. Like there's link in bio companies, there's influencer platforms like Patreon. We view it as like one of the largest markets for solo entrepreneurs. And also like we think that the future of brands is also going to be influencer driven. Um, so we see like creator businesses get massive, like for example, like Mr. Beast, and they're like out competing like true individual brands as well. Like for example, like Mr. Beast has a chocolate brand that is outcompeting Hershey's, right? So I think there can be a creator for everyone in every industry. And yeah, like and like just like speaking on like, you know, a lot of these creator platforms, there's like billions of dollars like being spent on transactions every year, specific creator platforms. And we think that there will be a number of AI native creator companies worth billions of dollars to come. And I think that like a lot of this industry is actually really like service intensive. So like a lot of manual work, and it can really be automated via AI. So which will give the creator more power and time to kind of do content ideation instead of doing the manual servicing work or not getting a share, the right share for like all the work they do. And so we're super excited to be in this space. We think it's going to be big. And yeah, like even for me, like I would rather hear my weather report every day, like via someone I really want to like look up to, or I like really admire. And yeah, like I also like my buying patterns are influenced by creators as well too. Um, um, yeah, so especially if a creator is in like, for example, the real estate space and this person is like saying like, oh, like the trend is here, and I'll be like, ooh, it's time to buy. Like I would trust that more than like a news article.
On your platform, is like other social media sites, if you visit a certain type of creators, they will kind of generate similar kind of creators. So if somebody loves cooking, they keep looking for the cooking creators. They can recommend other similar creators.
Yeah, so that's a good question. So we currently have like a menu option to like look at other creators. But we don't actively try to promote other creators on other creators uh fan base for now. But if they want to, like we do have a website up, and if the fans feel like they want to look for more, then they do that. And we do this because it's like ultimately like the we if the creator has like brought on this user onto our platform, we want them to feel like this is their fan and this is their user. And so like we want them to like, you know, use this as like we would have helped this specific influencer who brought this person on to like use it for their, but they do have that option that they like click around like to like look for others. And we actually see a lot of these users like jump around if they look at the menu option and look at other companions. Yeah, so and people who like tend to like these like AI like companions, they tend to like to talk to like multiple at them, and they choose their favorite. Yeah, because they're all different. Yeah.
Are you currently on the web, or you have an app for people to download?
Yeah, so it's on Telegram. So like they will have to download Telegram, and then just like type in like the bot name, and they can talk to them directly. Or if they're on our website, they can just click on it and it'll direct them to like the Telegram app, and they can log in, and then start talking to the bots. And we use this now because if we have like a separate app, we feel like it wouldn't promote as much user stickiness as it would of, because people use Telegram as like like a platform to like talk to their friends and like join group chats of like similar people already, and like that's how like some people do work there or like have friends there already. So like it's kind of a good way to like also like have our company out there, because like as they're talking to their friends, they're also like, hey, I didn't respond to this bot as well. So we think it's like a great it's a great platform to like be on like as our first iteration of the product. And yeah, so like we're actually looking into maybe potentially doing it on SMS. That's even like closer to like what people have, so they don't even need to download an app, they can just like put in a phone number. So we're like super excited about this, and like really like making it like a, hey, we're your friend, we're here for you. If you're chatting with your friends on Telegram or messages and they're not responding, like we're always here.
What is your website and how can people contact you?
Yeah, our website is MyCompanions.AI. On the website, creators can sign up for a bot. Fans can explore creator bots there. People who know creators can also refer creators there too, and they will get a net revenue share. Right now, we're offering 5% net revenue share of how much the creator they refer bring in. And there's also a contact us option to email me directly. Yeah, so yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Maggie, for your time. And that was actually very fun platform you have. I haven't seen anyone that's what you do, but I wish you success in your business.
Thank you so much, Daphne. I really appreciate you having me on today and like being able to explore my company and the creator economy. I have huge admiration and respect for your radio show and everything you do as well. So I'm glad we're able to do this today.
Thank you so much.